Have you ever wondered if the most powerful prescription for your heart isn't sitting in a pharmacy bottle, but is actually hiding right there in your kitchen pantry? It is a question worth asking, especially when we consider that for most of us over the age of 60, the morning routine usually involves a quick breakfast and perhaps a handful of vitamins. We are often told that oatmeal is the gold standard for a heart-healthy start to the day, and that is absolutely true. It is a fantastic foundation. However, there is a missing piece of the puzzle that many people never realize until it is too late. You see, after 60, our arteries naturally begin to change. They start to stiffen, losing that youthful elasticity they once had. What you choose to add to that bowl of oatmeal can essentially make the difference between keeping your arteries flexible and flowing freely, or allowing them to slowly clog up over time. Oatmeal by itself is a great start, but on its own it is often not strong enough to fight back against decades of potential plaque buildup, or to actively repair aging blood vessels. That is exactly why we are going to talk about supercharging that morning bowl. We are going to walk through the 5 most powerful ingredients you can mix into your morning routine. These are simple, natural foods that act like a cleanup crew for your cardiovascular system, sweeping away cholesterol and boosting circulation. And I want you to stick with me until the very end, because ingredient number 1 is going to surprise you. It is the single most effective addition for noticeably improving blood flow in just a matter of days. Before we get into the specific list, I want to ask you a quick question. How have you been feeling lately in terms of your energy levels? Do you feel that mid-morning slump, or perhaps a bit of heaviness after eating? Keep that in mind as we go through these, because often those are signs that our circulation needs a little bit of help. Let's begin with number 5, which is cinnamon. Now, most people think of cinnamon as nothing more than a comforting flavor, something to make the oats taste like a cookie. But for those of us over 60, this humble spice acts as a silent guardian for our arteries. It protects us from one of the most overlooked causes of arterial stiffness, which is sugar damage. Think of it this way. When you eat breakfast, your blood sugar naturally rises. However, as we get older, our bodies become a little less efficient at handling those spikes, especially if we have spent decades eating processed foods or refined carbohydrates. When there is excess sugar floating around in your bloodstream, it reacts with the proteins in your arteries. It creates these sticky compounds that essentially gum up the works, making the vessel walls rigid and inflamed. Scientists call this process glycation, and it is a key driver behind why arteries age faster than they should. This is where cinnamon comes in as a magic bullet. It works like a gentle regulator or a traffic cop. It slows down the speed at which carbohydrates break down into sugar, which helps your body maintain a steady, calm glucose level instead of experiencing a sharp, damaging surge. In simple terms, it keeps your bloodstream calm. Research has actually shown that regular consumption of cinnamon can improve insulin sensitivity by up to 24%. When your blood sugar stays balanced, your arteries stay smoother and more flexible. But the benefits do not stop at blood sugar. Cinnamon is also loaded with antioxidants known as polyphenols. You can think of these as giving your arteries a warm, soothing massage every morning, protecting them from inflammation. People who start adding this to their daily routine often report feeling more stable energy and having significantly clearer focus throughout the day. Now, a very important note on usage here. When you choose cinnamon, you want to look for Ceylon cinnamon, which is often labeled as true cinnamon. The common type you find in every grocery store is usually cassia, which is fine in small amounts, but it contains a compound called coumarin that can stress the liver if you eat too much of it. Ceylon is milder and much safer. You only need about half a teaspoon sprinkled over your oatmeal after it has finished cooking to preserve those delicate, healthy oils. It is amazing how such a small sprinkle can transform the health of your heart. Moving on to number 4, we have an ingredient that might sound incredibly strange to put in a breakfast bowl. We are talking about extra virgin olive oil. I know what you're thinking. Oil in oatmeal? It sounds unusual, perhaps even unappetizing, but hear me out. This simple habit could do wonders for your arteries. Extra virgin olive oil is often referred to as liquid gold, and it is one of nature's most potent heart protectors. It is packed with polyphenols, which are natural compounds that calm inflammation and prevent the artery walls from hardening. As we age, these specific polyphenols become vital because they help restore the smooth, flexible texture of our blood vessels. In several large studies, people who consumed just 1 to 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil a day saw significantly lower levels of LDL cholesterol. That is the bad kind that clogs things up. Their blood pressure improved and their overall risk of heart disease dropped by as much as 30%. For us, these aren't just statistics on a page. These are changes you can feel physically. You might notice more warmth in your hands and feet because the blood is reaching the extremities easier. You might notice less fatigue after meals and a steadier heart rhythm. Here is the secret to making this work for your oatmeal. Olive oil does not just protect your arteries on its own. It actually enhances the nutrients from the other ingredients in the bowl. It acts as a carrier. Many vitamins are fat-soluble, meaning your body cannot absorb them without some fat present. By adding the oil, you are making every other spoonful work harder for your heart. The key is quality. Always choose extra virgin, cold-pressed, and unrefined oil. Avoid the light or blended versions, as those have been processed and stripped of the good stuff. And most importantly, never cook the oil with the oats. High heat can destroy those beneficial compounds. Instead, simply drizzle 1 teaspoon over your cooked oatmeal right before you serve it. It adds a smooth, subtle richness that transforms the texture, making it creamy and satisfying. It works quietly inside your body, keeping your circulation strong one morning at a time. Now, let's lighten things up with ingredient number 3, which provides a burst of color and flavor. We are talking about blueberries. These are nature's tiny blue powerhouses. That deep, vibrant color is not just for show. It is a sign of something special inside called anthocyanins. These are powerful antioxidants that protect your blood vessels from the inside out. As we get older, our arteries naturally face more stress from unstable molecules called free radicals. You can think of free radicals sort of like rust on a car. They damage the inner lining of your arteries, making them stiffer and rougher. When the artery wall is rough, it is much easier for plaque to latch on and build up. Blueberries act like a dedicated cleanup crew, neutralizing those free radicals before they can do that harm. They are like tiny shields, keeping the arterial walls smooth and strong. There was a fascinating study published in the Journal of Nutrition that showed adults who ate a cup of blueberries daily saw major improvements in arterial flexibility. Another study found that blueberries help increase the production of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a crucial molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and open up. This means better circulation, lower blood pressure, and improved oxygen delivery to your brain and muscles. For us, this translates to noticeable everyday benefits like warmer hands and feet, sharper focus, and more stamina when you are out for a walk or doing chores. When you add them to your oatmeal, aim for about half a cup. You can use fresh or frozen. In fact, frozen berries are often just as healthy, if not more so, because they are picked and sealed at the peak of their ripeness. As they warm up in your hot oats, they release that rich purple-blue juice, which is a natural sign that those antioxidants are blending into your meal. Just be sure to avoid the canned or syrupy versions, as the added sugar there would undo all the good work we are trying to accomplish. We are getting closer to the top of our list. Ingredient number 2 is something that is very easy to overlook because it is so small. Flax seeds, they might look tiny, but when it comes to protecting your arteries, these seeds are absolute giants. Flax seeds hold one of the most concentrated sources of soluble fiber and plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. These are 2 nutrients that are non-negotiable if you want to keep your arteries clear. You can think of flax seeds as nature's internal broom. Once they are inside your body, that soluble fiber acts like a sponge. It binds to cholesterol particles in your digestive tract and carries them out of your body before they ever have a chance to enter your bloodstream and harden into plaque. It is a gentle sweep for your arteries every single morning. In one study, participants who ate flax seeds daily saw their bad LDL cholesterol levels drop by up to 10% in just 4 weeks. That is a massive change for a dietary tweak, but the benefits go beyond just cholesterol numbers. Flax seeds are also rich in a special omega-3 called alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. This helps soothe inflammation inside the blood vessels. When your arteries are calm and smooth, blood flows freely, bringing oxygen to your heart and brain without restriction. Many people over 60 notice small but meaningful changes after adding flax seeds, like easier breathing and a steady lift in morning energy. However, there is one critical rule you must follow with flax seeds. You must use ground seeds, not whole ones. If you eat the seeds whole, they have a very tough outer shell that our bodies cannot break down. They will pass right through your system undigested, and you will miss out on all those nutrients. You can buy them pre-ground, often labeled as flax meal, or you can grind them yourself in a coffee grinder. Just be sure to store them in the refrigerator or freezer to keep those healthy oils fresh. Stir 1 tablespoon into your warm oatmeal and let it sit for a minute. It will thicken the oats slightly, giving them a hearty texture. The flavor is very mild and nutty, pairing perfectly with the fruit. It is a small change that builds a long-term defense for your heart. And now, we arrive at number 1. This is the final and perhaps most powerful ingredient, the one that may surprise you with how quickly it can improve blood flow. We are talking about walnuts. Walnuts may look simple, but if you look closely, they even resemble the human brain or a heart. Inside, they hold one of the most powerful nutrient combinations for keeping your arteries open and youthful. Think of walnuts as the tiny tools that help your blood vessels breathe again. Among all nuts, walnuts contain some of the highest levels of omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and a very special amino acid called L-arginine. This is the secret weapon. Your body converts L-arginine into that miracle molecule we mentioned earlier, nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is like a green light signal that tells your arteries to relax and widen, allowing blood to flow freely without pressure or friction. Here is the reality we face. As we age, our natural production of nitric oxide slows down significantly. That is a big reason why many older adults experience colder hands and feet, slower healing, and higher blood pressure. Adding walnuts to your oatmeal helps reverse that decline. Studies show that eating just a small handful of walnuts every day can significantly improve blood vessel flexibility. It reduces triglycerides and restores elasticity so your arteries can expand and contract smoothly, just like they did years ago. Many folks who start this habit notice the difference quickly, sometimes within weeks. They report better circulation, steadier blood pressure, and clearer focus. It is not magic. It is simply biology working in your favor. Walnuts also contain vitamin E and magnesium, which further protect the artery walls from damage. For the best results, you do not need to eat a whole bag. Just 4 to 5 walnut halves each morning is enough. Chop them up and add them after cooking your oatmeal so they keep their crunch and their healthy oils intact. Be sure to avoid the salted or sugar-coated versions, as those extra additives can counteract the heart benefits. With every bite, you are feeding your arteries exactly what they need to stay strong and free-flowing. Now, you might be thinking, this sounds great, but do I need to put all of these ingredients together every single morning? It is a great question. The answer is that you absolutely can combine them, and in fact, when you do, they work together even better. This is where the real magic happens. It is called nutrient synergy. When you mix these natural foods, they amplify each other's effects. The fiber from the flax seeds helps your system absorb the antioxidants from the blueberries more effectively. The healthy fats in the walnuts and the olive oil act as carriers, enhancing the absorption of the cinnamon's powerful compounds. It all works as a team. The olive oil ties it all together, ensuring that your body actually utilizes everything you are eating. However, there is no need to be overwhelmed. If this feels like too much to change at once, start slow. Add flax seeds 1 week, then add cinnamon the next. Gradually introduce the blueberries, the walnuts, and finally that drizzle of olive oil. The goal here is consistency, not perfection. As for the best time of day, morning is ideal because your body immediately uses these nutrients to stabilize your blood sugar and support your circulation for the day ahead. But if you enjoy oatmeal as a light evening meal, that is perfectly fine too. The benefits remain the same. A simple trick is to prepare small jars of your dry mix ahead of time: oats, ground flax, and cinnamon. So in the morning, all you have to do is add water, heat it up, and toss in your berries and walnuts. Remember, the key isn't to be perfect every single day. It is about making progress. Even if you enjoy this heart-protective oatmeal just a few times a week, your body will thank you. Every bowl supports smoother blood flow, lower cholesterol, and stronger arteries, quietly rebuilding what time has worn down. It is a simple act of care for your heart that can truly make a difference after 60. Before you run to the kitchen, I want to leave you with 3 important steps. First, even though all of these foods are natural, it is always wise to listen to your body and talk with your doctor before making major changes to your diet, especially if you are on blood thinners or managing diabetes. We want to work with your healthcare team, not against them. Second, I would love to hear from you. Which of these 5 ingredients surprised you the most? Are you willing to try the olive oil drizzle? Let me know in the comments below. I always enjoy reading about your journeys. And finally, if you found this helpful, please take a moment to click the like button and subscribe. It really helps us share this message with more people in our generation who want to live stronger and healthier. Here is to your health, and enjoy your breakfast.